You think all women are bad. No, you just can't attract the high quality ones. Let me put y'all onto game onto how I was able to attract my high quality dream girl. She's a model, she cooks, she cleans, she gives me hoo-ha whenever I want. And this person absolutely is spot on. Once you understand the psyche of a woman, you will you will be able to unlock so much in your life. Now, here's the main thing that you got to understand about the way they think. They think through emotions. Their reality is based on how they feel. And if you know anything about feelings, you know that they can change from minute to minute. Their reality, their entire, and as a man, it's really hard for us to understand this because we're so heavily rooted in logic. But you got to understand, that's why when you argue with a woman, it sounds like you're going in circles because you are going in circles. You can be making sense. You can say 1 + 1 is 2, but if she thinks 1 + 1 is 3, she's gonna think that, and that is her reality. Y'all are not understanding, like, this is their reality, is what they feel. That's why when you're talking to a woman, it sounds like they're making no sense because they're not making sense. They don't care about making sense. What happens in their mind is they have a feeling, they have emotions, and instead of seeing if those feelings and emotions make sense to the situation, what they do is now they have to grab and grasp for certain things to try and push their emotions and try to make their emotions make sense. For men, we see something happen and then we're like, okay, does this make sense? How should I feel? How should I react? And then we react accordingly because we have to be rooted in logic and critical thinking and reality. Where women, they can be rooted in their emotions and their feelings because everyone's going to cater to them. Everyone's going to say, oh, well, she feels this way, so you gotta move accordingly. Where as a man, we don't get that, so we have to be rooted in logic. So y'all have to understand, fellas, that women, they don't care if they make sense or not. They don't care. And it's funny because I've actually had a conversation with my girl where she's like, I don't care if it makes sense, this is how I feel. And it's like, oh, they don't care if they make sense. It's about how they feel. That, well, not in real life, but that's what's going on in their head. So listen, y'all have to understand this. Stop arguing with these women because they're not arguing to make sense. They're arguing for you to validate their feelings, even if they're valid, even if their feelings are irrational to reality. So fellas, just take this and run with this because I'm telling you, you're gonna have so much more success with women once you understand this. Oh, feel free to follow because I'm gonna be dropping tips for y'all every single day. Fellas, I know you're lost. I know you're struggling. I know you're hurting because I was there too. Now I have my dream girl. I escaped the 9 to 5 workforce. I'm near my fitness journey goals. And I just want to show y'all that it's possible. To the young men out there, to the older men out there, feel free to join because this is the place where men are supposed to come and vent because God knows 10 years ago, I needed this. So feel free to join. And again, if you know a bro who would love a safe space and he needs a safe space, he's struggling with mental health, all that stuff, please feel free to invite him.